been a pretty crazy day. Spent most of it all day today, Monday, putting off work, but basically creating a massive Q&A post that has a ton of graphics and swipe overs for this race, kind of eliminating all the questions that people have been asking me and putting them out there in the world so then people can start to understand what the hell is going on. And didn't really have time to get a workout I planned in. Slept in this morning, was exhausted. I'm pretty sure I'm like day 7 or 8 going straight with no rest. Maybe it's day 6. Maybe it's day 7. Maybe today would be day 8. But anyway, was going to rest today. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not waking up early, so I'm going to go on a run during the daytime with the light outside. And it was 30 degrees-ish. Didn't do that because work went too late. And so now I just did 1,000 calories on incline treadmill, walking. If you do not do that, I highly recommend that. I really love just working mobile, answering emails, sending messages to people, making sure my inbox is as empty as possible. I do a lot of design work mobily too, just random sort of updates for social media and stuff, and tracking ideas for projects and kind of mood boarding and brainstorming. So I do that a lot. But yeah, did 1,000 calories on that. Pow. See this? 4.5 miles. 4.5 miles, just over 1,000 calories. And I love that workout, hands down. Lifts is definitely a happy spot for me. It's one of those things I used to do all the time when doing summer shreds and just can be so productive while doing it. I listen to music, read lyrics for bands, and analyze lyrics that I've never really understood before. And that's what kind of led me to the whole music thing with the albums per month. I've been doing a lot of research using ChatGPT to learn like history of certain band members and what other projects and bands they've been in and kind of do a deep dive on certain lyrical content. And I'm a nerd, and that passes the time. So between emails, phone calls, I had a phone call with Anthony Long Run Reynolds for about 30 minutes, kind of shooting the shit with him. He had some questions and some brainstorming ideas for the race. So just kind of building this thing as we're flying, man. It's crazy because so much time, energy, and effort has gone into the race that I forgot about like in March. We don't have a host, so I have to start switching back into planning hosts for the weekly runs, but we'll get there. We got to get upstairs to the kids. It's a little bit after 4. Our nanny leaves at 4. My wife's been watching for a few minutes, and I'm gonna hang out with the family.
Hello. To meet the criteria required for euthanasia, you must have an incurable, constant state of unbearable suffering. If you think you qualify, please press 1. Hello. To meet the criteria required for euthanasia, you must have an incurable, constant state of unbearable suffering. If you think you qualify, please press 1.
So after a massively busy yesterday on Monday, creating graphics to post for today, I had a ton of work that I kind of pushed from yesterday to today, personal job work stuff. And then our son, his stomach started to feel shitty last night. So I think we're going to be without childcare today and watching the boy. So we're going to see how much work we can get done today. Have some deadlines at the end of the week, have some meetings at the end of the week. It's Savannah's birthday tomorrow, my wife, and I had planned to kind of go out with her for the day and spend a nice day together, but not sure if we're going to be able to do that now, because one of us will probably be watching our kids. I feel like lots of parents are dealing with sort of stuff like this, like the never-ending, absolutely psychotic balance of childcare and kids being sick in this time of year, and it's a lot because you can't schedule anything and you can't hit certain deadlines, and you're trying to manage jobs, and it's just massively overwhelming. But with projects of mine canceling and moving and changing with the snow, it's kind of given me a little bit more free time than I normally have. And I've actually been home for almost 2 months, which is the longest I've been home in a while. So that's crazy, but in 2 weeks it ramps up kind of again. I'll be traveling more every single week and kicking that off. But yeah, so with me not being able to focus on as much like deep work today, I might just do some graphic design and basic work on my laptop while I'm sitting with the boys and kind of watching them and balancing between Savannah working, I working, and us both just kind of flip-flopping back and forth. But Sav was up with Emmett a lot of the night last night, so I'm gonna try to let her sleep in and get the dishwasher done and get everything kind of ready to go for a stay-at-home dad day. Interesting fact. I feel like not a lot of people know, but I used to work in music for a long time, and I was in production for a long time doing production management. So this whole production thing, like putting on events, is very familiar to me. But never have I done a running one. So specifically, there's a lot of things that go into running events that I had no idea. So I'm learning as I go, but a lot of things you kind of pull up in the past with, day of event schedules, and you got to think of like how to manage all of these vendors and people and keep everything kind of organized. And yeah, so that's a fun fact. Did a bunch of world tours, did a bunch of large scale events like Times Square New Year's Eve. So there's our 6 radios. Bada bing, little radios. Got some radios, earpieces, bunch of trash. Every single week posts 2 different things. 1, a carousel of the week before, photos, and 2, a video recapping everything that happened the week before. And I realized that a lot of the time I'm down here in the basement with my office here, and I'm kind of just creating stuff and kind of just rocking and rolling and not filming that. So I'm working on a thumbnail for the video right now. And this kind of takes me a couple hours every single week. Because Topher will deliver me photos or deliver me a video, and then I have to come up with thumbnails and kind of graphically Photoshop, edit a bunch of different stuff to make it kind of not just looks like it's just like photos. I want to make it the common style, gritty, punk rock, kind of edgy, kind of collage-y. So that's what I'm doing. Upload. This probably won't make it in the video, but I want to showcase the fact that this stuff takes a lot of time and it's painful. And I don't think enough people talk about how painful it really is, right? Like, yes, content is a machine. You got to have content. You got to showcase people. You got to promote and market whatever you're doing, or nobody's going to show up, right? That's the way it works. Confirm. Someone is confirming if they're trying to sign in on something right now. Who knows? But yeah, so just a sheer ton of time goes into this, and it's because I give a shit. And people are always like, oh, like, do you need to do that, or do you need to? I'm like, yes, I do. Done a bunch of video editing, uploaded files, sent some emails, invoicing stuff, bouncing back and forth, posted a bunch of different videos for clients, posted videos for Common, and then I pulled an order for a young lady who ordered a pair of socks, and you can see them right over here. There's an order, and what I'm thinking is I've yet to work out today. So since I have not worked out, I've been up since 4. I was doing all the balloon arches and stuff like that for my wife. I think I'm going to run to the post office. Should be about like 2.5 miles there, so like a 5-mile run, And we're going to deliver this young lady's package by hand to the mailbox. Got the package. Don't you ever leave me out. All these pieces of you. You never show. Now never know. You needed to. All good. Thanks, man. You too. Take care. So I was right. Basically 2.5 miles. Forgot to turn my watch on after one of those little shots I had to do there. But listen, I love that. That was awesome. Gave me a reason to get something done. I feel productive. I'm getting my quick workout in. Didn't plan for it to be any sort of like fast run, but the shoes just kind of took me there. And now we got to run back. So 2.5 miles back. Hopefully we'll get a swift 5 miles done for the day. And then it's Sav's birthday, man. So much work happening. Productive as hell. Getting a workout in, and let's get these last 2.5 miles done. Woo! Look at that. 5 miles. Just like I said, 5 miles. The next time you see me,
Gonna be clean, showered, and shaved, baby. So we're back. Midday run, complete, shower cleaned, got all the things done. Have to pick my wife's birthday cake up here in about 30 minutes. And right now I am ordering a new 10x10 tent for Common. We've had a 20x tent for the last year, and it is massive, absolutely massive. And there have been so many different random situations where I feel like a 10x10 tent would have been better. But at the same time, all we have is a 20x10. So snagging a new 10x10, and it's also a part of a new project that I cannot announce yet. It's unreleased, it's unannounced. You don't know about it, no one knows about it, but it's going to be a tent for the run club, for another project, part of Common, you know, a lot of different stuff. But quick $1,000 real quick, that's going out the door. No money coming in is always a little tricky, but excited to see what this thing looks like. And 10x10 tent, top canopy, 3 double-sided fully printed walls, and a 6-foot tablecloth for the table.
Like everyone else, it's not really thinking like everyone else. It's not really thinking.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. What's it? What's on?
Happy birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look at it later.
Going to spend the next 5 minutes, focus in, and I'm going to close out this for the day. This is it for today. Tomorrow I have a massive, massive meeting with Red Bull at 11 a.m. Fingers crossed on that. It's going to be very heavily focused into the last one standing regarding what's going on with the event and then the rest of the year. So fingers crossed, it's a follow-up to the meeting I spoke about a couple episodes ago on this. And that's just something to kind of remember too. Like, shit takes time. Shit takes months. Meetings and meetings and meetings and months, and it's constant pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and moving and moving and moving forward. And I was talking to Ed today from the Lancaster Loop. If you don't know what the Lancaster Loop is, it's an awesome newsletter that goes out every Tuesday at 7:17 a.m. And he's just kind of covering all the cool stuff in Lancaster, and super good dude. We were shooting this shit today just about how hard it is to kind of like get going and get stuff off the ground. But I didn't mean to take like a pessimistic look at it with him, but not only is it just getting it going, it's then keeping it going. It's constant. It just becomes more time consuming. And if you don't love it now, you're not going to love it later. If you're not obsessed with it now and willing to do whatever it takes today, you're definitely not going to do it later. Yeah, I understand burnout. I understand that. But if you're in, you're in. If you're out, get the fuck out. So, deep work for 10 minutes. Finish the route. Post the route, get up when I need to get up right now, answer that client email, get upstairs to spend the rest of the night with my family. There's a meeting. It's Thursday, and wrapping up work right now, and we have Run Club at Tellus. It's the first time we've ever been at Tellus. It's a much longer route this month. And I'm going to try to remember to film all of this tonight, yada, yada, because it's a new location and a new month. But I feel like I've just been filming so much chaos this week in this seat specifically. Like, I left this morning to try to get out and go to a different coffee shop and kind of like do something different. And then the coffee shop didn't have Wi-Fi. And it just wasn't the vibe there at all. So I ended up coming right back to where I'm comfortable and being productive. And it's just been a really weird week. I'm not going to lie. There's just been a lot of dysfunctional in and outs compared to normal. I mean, I'm always living in sort of like a chaotic place, but this week specifically, it's just felt off. I've kind of been struggling with some carpal tunnel stuff too. Like, I love working, but this week I've had like a lot of issues with my hand going numb and my pinky and just being in a lot of pain sitting here and working in different places. So I think I'm going to start wearing my brace to sleep again, because I feel like that helps. And yeah, so it's 3:25. My nanny leaves at 4. I'm going to take the next 30 minutes, kind of like decompress, spend an hour with my kids and load up the truck and then hit the road. So tell us. Thursday night, Run Club. So we're at Run Club down here in Tellus, 360. So grateful that they are allowing us to host. And this is the underbelly of the beast. Just started loading in here around 5 p.m. Shooting the shit with the guys. Now a little late, but that's how it works. And we're loading through the loading dock. And so here we are. And it's gonna be a good first week. And hopefully some welcome people show up so we can get all this Red Bull iced down and ready to rock, baby. We got people for this.
We almost done it. Thank you for laps.
We got people for this, bro.
Yeah, so we kind of kick it and listen to cool. 30 minutes. Done. This up these two.
We're still cool. Welcome to Dot. People are showing up. You know how it rolls, and then we're getting everything set up. New plates, new issues, new problems. That's that's how it works. So anyway, we'll have to wait.
All right, good morning, it's story time. 2010, almost 2011 era, and I was actually living in a suburb of New York City, just upstate, called Poughkeepsie. At Poughkeepsie, I was basically working in music at the time, doing a lot of touring and traveling for artists. But at the same time, when I wasn't on tour and traveling, I was a production manager at a venue for a company. And that company booked shows, had a 3,000 cap room, big space, had a 1,000 cap room called the Chance Theater up in Poughkeepsie, New York. And then it had a smaller kind of 400 cap room that was upstairs at a venue. Around this time, working at that office, we listened to obviously a bunch of hardcore bands, a bunch of punk rock, Warped Tour style stuff. And I probably sound out of breath, but it is what it is. At that point in time, I first heard of a band called Stray from the Path. And Stray from the Path instantly became one of my favorite bands because they were just so damn aggressive. So aggressive. And the album that was out at that point was called Make Your Own History. And there was a song called Negative and Violent that when one of the girls who worked at the office, Nicole, she's still in the music industry killing it. I believe she's at UTA or something. But Nicole puts it on and Negative and Violent comes on. And I think there's a song called Damien. I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically there's this like breakdown at the end with the craziest sounding China. Negative and Violent. The new album was coming out. We booked them at the Loft. And at that time, the production company that I was working for, we all loved that band so much and loved the band members. And every time Stray was available, since they were from just below, we kind of like threw one-off dates to them so they'd come up an hour and a half from the city. And we called it Stray Day. I remember this Stray Day specifically because Kevin, who worked at the production company, was kind of like an intern, a younger kid. It was Stray Day. Stray was going to go on. One of the opening bands were playing. And as soon as Stray came on, in the first like 3 minutes of the band's set, he caught like an elbow in the pit and it shattered this bone on his face. His face, I will never forget seeing somebody's like eye socket blimp up. So crazy. Yo, so the album of the week this week is by Stray from the Path and it's called Clockworked. This album, hands down lyrically, some of the most aggressive lyrics politically, some of the most fuck you in your face lyrics I've ever heard that just attack sort of things that are wrong in the world. And I personally identify extremely closely with how they kind of view things from the government, religion, however that kind of looks. It's very, very just protect your own. They have a lot of hardcore ethos and hardcore mentality towards their music and their lyrics. So in the latter half of Stray's career, Will Putney basically produced everything they got. 2011 record, Rising Sun. 2017, Only Death Is Real. Internal Atomics, 2019. And like I said, my favorite 2 records that they ended with, Euthanasia and Clockworked. So that ends story time, straight from the path. Check it out, Clockworked.
Face the fucking wall! They could have mercy on you!